Welcome to the first topic of the series Understanding C Program Execution Environment User Space. We will be looking into a small C program, the classic Hello World program, but with the perspective of execution environment. Right? Before that, I presume that you would have worked on GNU Linux operating system, writing C programs, compiling and linking it, and executing the C program. So when I say GNU Linux operating system, I'm referring to what is being distributed by Red Hat, Ubuntu, or Pogo. Right? Now we will look into the anatomy of the first program and ask few questions. So why do we include stdio.h in this program? Why always use main? Why not man and why not something else? What is printf? Is it a C statement provided by a language, or it is a macro, or is it a function? Why do we return 0? What is the consequence of returning something else? Who is using this? How they are using it? So these are the few things which we may have done ritually for every program, but seldom we might have asked this question to ourselves, right? Before further proceeding to answer these questions, let us compile, link, and execute this program. So we use the GCC compiler or to compile as well as link this program. Right, this way we do it using a GNU toolchain. So we can try it here also. First, let me show you the program, and then I will compile this. Right, execute this. Right. Okay, next. The answer for this is stdio.h contains function prototypes. What is a function prototype? So why in this context? To answer that, I think I need to answer the later question now. Printf, what we have used, is a function defined somewhere outside this program, right? The one who defines this program also defines the function prototype, which will allow the compiler to see whether the program is using the function properly. The compiler will check for the right usage of printf function by the program. So what is that right usage? Can we have a look at stdio.h? Where is it present in the system? It is since it is a standard header file, it will be there in /user/include stdio.h. Right? When I go here, we need to search for printf. Yes, here you go. This is what the compiler will be looking in stdio.h to see whether the program is using this function properly. In this case, yes, it is, right? So compiler did not throw any warning, right? The consequence of not complying to the specification of the prototype is not the topic to be discussed now, and maybe we will have some other session which we can discuss on this. So next things, why main? Main is not the first function to be invoked. So what? That means there is some other function which is executed first, then which will invoke main. Since that some other function is already written by someone and it is hard coded to invoke main, it is imperative for the programmer to always use main. If you use something else, suppose if you use man, that first function, since it is already invoking main, will fail to invoke your first function what you presume as man, right? Now, uh, how will we verify what is the first function? Okay, now all the contents of this C program, which is translated into a machine code, will be in this file, right? Apart from that, it will also contain all the function names which is present as part of this program. So by chance, if you have done this, you would see all or most of the unreadable characters, which is of no use to us. So is there any tool where we can see some information about this program? Yes, we do have. In the further sessions, I would be taking you to the internals of this. For now, we will use the tool for whatever information we require, right? So what we were looking out for is, can I see these function names, right? So there's a symbol table in the executable object file hello, which will give this information. Looking over exact word, yes. So that means main is a function, right? Also, there is a first function called underscore start, which will be executed first and then which will in turn invoke main. So I am carefully using the term executed because underscore start will not be invoked but executed by the processor as the first function, after which all other functions of your program will be invoked. So in this regard, the first function to be invoked by underscore start will be main, right? Next. Now, printf is a library function. So I have two things here. First, how will I know what is the library in which a printf is defined? For now, you can see, you can think of library as a file which contains printf function definition, right? How will I know which library is this program using? So all that information is present in, again, the same object file. So I go like this. So when I do this, I get the library which is being used by this program, where printf will be there. So now I need to locate that file, libc.so.6. So in Ubuntu, we find in this location, but in Fedora or Red Hat, you will find it in /lib/libc.so.6, and other distributions maybe you should use locate and find it out. So again, the same thing I do here. Right, and I look for this. Yes, I have. So printf is a library function used by this program, which is there in the libc.so.6, right? So now returns a success status to whom? Who is interested in the success status, right? As we know, this is a bash shell which is executing our program, right? Now it's printing the output which is made to write onto the terminal in the program. But how will I get the return status, right? Since bash is also a scripting language which provides some language constructs. So one of the language constructs which we will be using here is logical expression. So I can use like this. If this is success, if the program executes successfully, then I want to also execute this expression. So now the bash, what it will do is evaluate this expression first, and if it is successful, only then evaluates this. So as part of that, you should see success being printed on the screen. Let us check this out. Yes, that means slash hello is now returning 0. Can we change the value of this and check out? Suppose I return 1. So what is the consequence of this? Okay, now I'm going to compile this again, build this application, and again re-execute the same thing. There you go. Since my program is executing what it's supposed to do, hello world, but returning 1, that means for the shell it looks like hello is not behaving properly or is returning some error. Hence, once it evaluates this expression, it senses that something going wrong and this is returning non-zero value. Hence, this will not be evaluated, right? It is a shell who will be using this return value, right? As of now, we can see it is a shell. Future, we will see who else can use this return value, right? I think we have reached the end of this session, and what we have touched upon is just this tip of the iceberg. In the coming sessions, we will be looking into more details about program execution, right? This is just an abstract, very high level abstract what we have touched upon. Lot more details to come. Stay tuned. Thank you.